Hey, so if you are a CPG brand and you're launching on Amazon, this webinar is for you. So I've been in the Amazon game 10 years, worked with many CPG brands, and I've seen what works. So in this presentation slash webinar, I'm going to go over my 6 pillars of a successful launch. So $1 million listing, getting your fast reviews, smart sale price, PPC ads, organic rank, and external traffic. This applies to anything CPG, healthy snacks, protein powders, beverages, even beauty, even supplements, anything that's really subscribe and save. This presentation will be applicable. So whether you are soon to launch on Amazon, whether you recently launched on Amazon, or whether you've been on Amazon for a while and you're launching new products, and or you're just looking for overall better results, better profitability, overall looking to grow, you will come away with a lot of value from this video. So if you do not have an account yet, this is the account setup roadmap. And you can find this in my in the guide, which will be a link in the description. So if you don't have an account yet, your first step is to sign up for a seller account, then get brand registered, etc., etc. On the creative side, I also have a creative roadmap in here. So if you're a brand new startup and you haven't gotten any creative yet, this is the roadmap for creative. So it starts with branding, then photo shoot, then videos, then get your Amazon product pages done, then your storefront. And real quick, why listen to me? I'm an Amazon launch expert. I've been in the Amazon game for 10 plus years. I sell my own products. And in 2018, I started my Amazon PPC and SEO agency, Amazing Marketing Co. So let's just get into the launch playbook. So when we're talking about launching a product, what does that really mean? It really just means we're trying to rank it as high as possible, as fast as possible. And this is important because the algorithm allows new products to rank easier. This is known as the honeymoon period. So having a proper launch strategy can make or break your success. It can be the difference between being on page 1, getting a #1 new release badge, and not getting much traction. So you got to make sure you know what you're doing. All right, so the 6 pillars of a successful launch starts with $1 million listing. This is the foundation. So what is $1 million listing? It's the creative side of it. So the first 3 steps have to do with converting customers, and the last 3 pillars have to do with driving traffic. So having $1 million listing is basically making your listing fully optimized. Okay. For the sake of this video, I won't get too into detail, but here's my $1 million listing framework. Great branding, great photo shoot, videos, USP-based sales pitch, and premium A+ content. Okay, so branding kind of goes without saying. If you don't have branding yet, make sure to get $1 million branding. If you want to be a $1 million brand, a $10 million brand, your branding better look and feel like it. All right. Next is photo shoot. I cannot underestimate photo shoot. Your photo shoot is the bedrock of your brand and your Amazon pages and your website for years to come. So make sure you have professional photography. If you look at any brand, it starts with good photography. Okay, that's a bad example. Look at Aloha. They just did a simple studio photo shoot. Okay, and then they used some models here, but you can tell they obviously did a professional photo shoot. So make sure it starts with a professional photo shoot. Okay, on to videos. So everyone knows videos are extremely important for Amazon. My framework is you should have 3 different types of videos. First one is your main video. This is like your commercial. So this video will be first on your listing. It will be the main one. So it's like your main video, your commercial. Second video you should have is UGC videos. So customer videos, testimonials, reviews. And my framework is make a UGC compilation video or UGC highlights video. So edit all the best bits from all of your UGC videos, put this into a compilation video. That's your second video, okay, for social proof. Third video that you should have is a long form video. Now, this could be an in-depth demo, in-depth review. The biggest bang for your buck video in terms of long form is this. Get out on your phone, put it on a tripod, and just start talking all about your product. A little bit about why you started it, why it's awesome, why it's unique and better than the leading brands out there, how you use it, some fun, maybe unexpected benefits. That video right there goes a long way. This is what shoppers want to know. They would just want a quick explainer all about the product. So you can do that yourself as the brand owner. If you really don't want to do it yourself, you can get someone to do it. So I tell brands, just have someone talk about the product for a little bit. Just kind of like a mini infomercial, right? But it can be casual. It can be live stream style. All right. So live stream style, but it doesn't have to be live stream. You can just record it on your phone. Okay. So that's my 3 video framework. Video ads. Video ads are an absolutely crucial part of success on Amazon. So you can do video ads like this. So you just got 3 videos. Now just have an editor chop up those videos and make them into 5 to 10 different variations of video ads. Principles of video ads, same thing applies for Facebook and Instagram. It's all about the first few seconds to capture attention. And your goal is just to sell your product in a few seconds. So you're going to need to test some different intros. So consider using large, big, bold text that says the keyword of what they're searching. So if it's vegan protein powder, that's your main keyword that you're going to be bidding this ad for, vegan protein powder, just put that like on the thumbnail. Okay, so that's a little trick there. So in general, there's no right format for a video ad. There's no right way to do it. You're just going to need to test, keep what's best. All right, but it starts with having some good video content. All of those types of videos can work for ads. It could be UGC. It could be a professionally shot commercial. It could be a long form video. You just have to try and see what works best. All right, so that's the framework for video. If you want to see a company that's doing it, here's a past client. Hero, this is not CPG, but they just have a lot of videos, a lot of detailed reviews, a lot of UGC, and they have a professional shot. Like, not that hard to get a professionally shot commercial like this. You can get them done for 3, 5, 10K, depends how above and beyond you want to go and how many models you want to use, et cetera, et cetera. UGC videos, how do I get UGC videos? Here's a couple sites that I've used, the socialcat.com and billow.com. All right, so the next part of my creative framework is a USP based sales pitch. And this basically means, you see, on Amazon, it's a comparison shopping platform. And so you want your messaging to focus on the comparison angle. So your USPs, your unique selling position. So if someone just typed in vegan protein powder, they don't need to know necessarily why vegan protein powder is better than non-vegan protein powder. They already know that because they just searched it. But what they need to know is why you are different, unique, and better than the other top 5 to 10 leading brands on Amazon. They're going to come to Amazon. They're going to search vegan protein powder. Let's say you're going to be sponsored here in the top row, and you can be there during your launch. My agency, we put you there right away. Top of search, that's the focus. And so just put your mind in the perspective of a customer. They're going to check out everyone on the top row. And let's assume you're on the top row. They're going to come to your listing and they're going to be looking at all 5. And so think, how can you help them understand why you're unique and better in a skimmable way? Most Amazon shoppers are going to be just skimming. So I'm a fan of less is more, big, bold headlines. So basically, it's your job to sell them as simple as possible. And a lot of brands get this wrong. Their pages are just too crowded with information. I'm a fan is the simpler, the better. Big, bold headlines. Comparison charts are a big part of this. Make sure you have comparison charts to make it as easy as possible for shoppers to understand why you're different than the top 5 leading brands. A lot of people is make a comparison chart showing your product head to head with the top 3 to 5 leading brands. Let's go. Throwing down. That's what shoppers want to know. You're helping them make their buying decision. On Amazon, you got to do the comparison angle. You got to go head to head. It's what works. It's what makes sense. And it's actually doing shoppers a favor because they're checking you out. They're checking your competitors out. They want to know why you're unique and different. Okay, so see, I love this big bold headline. Full of nutrients, not fillers. Protein shake versus kava. Okay, this is a version of a comparison chart, but it's not really going against competitors. But I like this style. Big bold headlines, minimal, easy to understand at a glance, easy to read at a glance. It's skimmable. Okay, so that's USP based sales pitch. And so if you don't know your USP based sales pitch, you need to really put time and effort into thinking about this. What is my sales pitch for my product, right? So I tell brand owners this all the time. So like picture you're in the virtual mall of Amazon, you're in the vegan protein section, and there's dozens of stores around you, and a shopper walks up and they walk up to your storefront, and then you're in there and they say, hi, can you tell me about your product? Like what would you say if you have 30 seconds? What's your elevator pitch? Unlike XYZ leading brands who are bad, we are good. That's a comparison-based elevator pitch, sales pitch. All right, I think you get the point there. Comparison charts. Next pillar of your creative side of your listing is premium A+ content. So make sure you have premium A+ content, which is this, which basically allows you to have video modules, sliders, etc. So premium A+ content is now available to all sellers. Of course, you need to be brand registered, but you just need to go into the back end and unlock it. You can have sliders. So in my brain, it is a no-brainer to have premium A+ content. You're going to want to have your best video front and center in a big video module just like this. You can also add secondary videos. You can have multiple videos in your A+ content. That is a game changer. If you are not using premium A+ content, you're leaving sales on the table. How do you unlock premium A+ content? Step 1, basically you need to have 5 regular A+ content approvals in the past 12 months, but you can just duplicate that 5 times, refresh, and usually within 1 to 2 weeks, it will say that you've unlocked premium A+ content. Here's some other examples of premium A+ content. And there's some more examples in here as well. Let me show you IQ bar, or NoCal rather. Another example of premium A+ content. You'll notice it also fills up the entire width of the page. So it just gets you a lot more real estate than regular A+ content. Okay, so that's the creative pillar. Let's move on to the second pillar of a successful launch, which is get reviews fast. So when it comes to launching on Amazon, the first thing you need to do is get your initial batch of reviews. I've found that when you get 30 reviews in the first 30 days, it tends to be a successful launch. A big mistake, as I talk to a lot of companies, they're like, yeah, why am I not getting a lot of sales? Yeah, I launched a couple months ago. You have 6 reviews. So how do I do that? Easiest ways. Number 1, enroll on Amazon Vine. So it's limited to 30 Vine reviews per parent. Oftentimes we'll do 30, or you can do 20. It's really up to you, but normally we'll just do the max, 30. If you have variations and you want to get more than 30 reviews, you can keep the child variations as separate parents. Enroll them both separately into 30 Vine reviews. Wait till those reviews come in. It might be 4 weeks or so. And then combine the child into the parent. And now you have 60 Vine reviews potentially instead of 30. That's a little trick if you have child variations and you want to get more. For some clients, we do that. It's really up to you how much inventory you have and how much you're feeling. The second no-brainer thing to do is turn on review request automation. You can do this inside of Jungle Scout or Helium 10. This is a no-brainer because it just increases your review rate. If you're wondering which one to go with, Helium 10 or Jungle Scout, most sellers choose Helium 10. My subscribers and followers do get a discount code just click the link in here. Then number 3, optional. If you want more reviews, there's a site called FBAreviews.com. It's basically like a third-party version of Vine where you give free products in exchange for reviews. So you go to FBAreviews.com, click verified reviews, and then you can sign up for a monthly package of product tests. So how it works is they have a network of product testers. You will buy product tests, and those product testers will give feedback directly to FBAreviews.com. Okay. Now, they are not required to post a review on Amazon. That's why it's still technically within TOS. That said, about 8 out of 10 of these product testers will leave a voluntary review on Amazon. Okay, so that's how it works. This is optional if you like. As always, read the updated Amazon TOS yourself. Read the TOS on that site and proceed at your own risk. I'm not sponsored by them, just sharing it as a tool that I've used. Okay. Should I ask friends for reviews? No, not worth your time. And then that's also against TOS, technically, friends and family. How many reviews should I shoot for? As I said, about 30 reviews in 30 days. When you hit that, I think that's a good number, and that's what we shoot for our clients. The next big milestone is hitting 1,000 reviews. So this is what I call a home run. If you can hit 1,000 reviews with a 4.3 star rating, I call that solidified Amazon real estate. That's a home run product. It's just going to be an upward spiral from there. If you can get there, that's a home run. You've won. So that's kind of the holy grail where we're trying to get for every product. All right, so that's my pillar on reviews. On to the next pillar, which is sale price. So when launching on Amazon, you want to focus on rank and sales, not profit. So when it comes to sale price, obviously in general, the lower the price, the more units you're going to sell. And thus, the faster you're going to rank and the more likely you are to get a number 1 new release. But exactly how much you should discount, this is need to do it. It requires a lot of thought and strategy. Every business has different financial goals, inventory, level of comfort in terms of risk, and cash flow and advertising budget. So you need to come up with a pricing strategy that makes sense for you. Okay, so there are some different frameworks. In this framework, you will start basically at a regular price, no discount. You'll enroll in the Vine reviews, wait for a couple weeks for those to come in. After a couple weeks and you've gotten some sales at the regular price, then you start at 10% off. And the idea here is that will allow you to have the lowest price in 30 days badge, aka the strike through price. Okay. So often in order to get that badge, you actually need to have some sales at the higher price. Okay. And then so after a couple more weeks, you'll increase the discount to 15%. And then a couple more weeks, you'll increase the discount to 20%. Thus, you always have that lowest price in 30 days badge. Okay. So that is one school of thought. Another school of thought is let's just start at a big discount out the gate on day 1. Let's go a super big discount, 40% off. And then slowly raise the price up, 30% off, 25% off, 20% off, 10% off, 5% off. And basically adjusting based on your goals. So how much of a discount should I start with, Riley? Again, depends on many factors. My rule of thumb when I tell brands is like I ask them, what's the lowest price you're comfortable with going? I'll ask them that. I'll say, what is your break-even price? That break-even price is important to know. And then we're also going to know if you have minimum advertised pricing. So are you in retail? Are you in other channels? Do we have minimum advertised pricing? Very important to know, obviously. The 1% cheaper rule. This school of thought says if you can be $1 cheaper than your top selling direct competitor, then you will get a lot of sales just by being $1 cheaper. Because a lot of shoppers on Amazon, they're very price conscious. Just keep the cheapest one by default. They're just getting the cheapest one type of people. So if you can do that, you will get a flood of sales. If you can be the cheapest one in your direct competition niche. Kind of along the lines of what I just said, think about competing with the top best sellers in your niche in terms of price, right? If you can, make sure you A/B test your prices. Again, make sure you research and come up with a plan on price that makes sense for you. How long should I stay on sale? Again, it depends on your goals. Our goal with launch is to rank organically on page one. And so in general, what we're doing here is we're trying to keep our price as low as we can to build up our sales velocity, to build up our conversion rate. So we start rising in the organic ranks. Okay. And then after you've achieved the satisfactory ranking, then you can start raising the price back up towards your regular price, monitor and adjust. Right here is another kind of pricing approach, which is based on the amount of reviews that you have. So let's say we'll just start off with 20% off, which I think was a pretty good discount to start with. After we hit 30 reviews, then we'll bump the discount up to 30% off and increase the PPC spend. The theory here being, once we hit 30 reviews, we should have a pretty better natural conversion rate. And then if we increase the discount from 20 to 30% off at the same time, that's going to doubly make the conversion rate better. And then we turn on the ads. So the idea is we're trying to hit our listing with a flood of sales, which will spike the ranking organically. Okay. And then from there, you're just analyzing and doing what makes sense for your goals. Again, this is just a week by week approach. So it's similar, but basically you'll just look at all the data once a week and decide what to do based on what's going on. So what's the daily sales velocity? Is it low? Then consider dropping the price. If it's fine, then keep the price. How's your inventory? If your inventory is low, then you're going to need to raise the price so you don't run out of inventory. How's your conversion rate? If your conversion rate sucks, then you're going to need to drop the price. Are we ranked high in page one, where we want to be? If not, then you may need to drop the price. Okay, so this is just adjusting the price accordingly as you go. The price is just one of those levers, one of those tools in the toolbox that we have to try to rank high. That is the whole goal here. And I have a whole video on pricing strategy. But what about subscribe and save? All right, so subscribe and save, big part of CPG. Subscribe and save is awesome. You're going to be using it a lot. And so coolest latest thing is subscribe and save coupons. Brands are using this a lot. So for example, Aloha has a 40% off subscribe and save coupon active all the time. They're already number one bestseller. It kind of makes sense because a subscribe and save coupon gives a shopper 40% off their first order. Only their first order. And then after that, it's just going to be the regular subscribe and save discount, which for Aloha, it is 5/15%. Another example, Mescala, they're doing a 15% off subscribe and save coupon. So that's 15% off the first one. And then their regular discount is 5/10%. So this is how it works. So 5% on the first one and then 15% after that. So if a shopper does this 40% off subscribe and save coupon, I'm going to get 40% off this order. And on the next month, I'm going to get 5% off and then up to 15% off monthly deliveries after that. It kind of makes sense, right? Lure them in with a big discount on their first subscribe and save order. Hope that they love the products and hope that they stay. Yeah, this is a big, big tool that we have in our toolbox now. So just like price and really like all marketing, it's a game of test, see what's best and do what's best for your goals. So in terms of what you should have as the regular subscribe and save, the most common setup is 10/15. So for example, No Cow, they're not doing any subscribe and save coupon, but they do have the standard 10/15%. These guys, they're doing a subscribe and save coupon, but they're doing a lower discount on the back end, 5/10%. Some subscribe and save FAQ. What is the retention rate? Don't expect it to be great. I would say over 50% is amazing. Of course, it depends on the product. Depends if you're using a really aggressive subscribe and save coupon. Don't expect most of those people to stay. They just kind of want the discount on that first order, right? Amazon shoppers are very price conscious. Okay. Does subscribe and save actually increase repeat customers? Yes, it does. Does it increase total revenue? Yes, it does. Do people actually use it? This report said that 35% of people use it. So those are some tips on subscribe and save. We have that amazing subscribe and save coupon tool to use. Also, there's a tool inside of advertising where you can actually advertise your subscribe and save coupons. That's another tool that we have in our toolbox. So that leads us into pillar 4, Amazon advertising. So Amazon ads, aka Sponsored placement, big part of success on Amazon. Big part of it. In general, when people ask me how much do I need to spend, what budget should I put? In general, we'll put $100 a day starting budget just to start testing and gathering data. This is just because $100 a day is just a round, easy number, and it's just there to start gathering data. It may get used up halfway through the day. It may not get used up. We just need to start gathering data and then adjusting based on what makes sense. But for most CPG niches, I'm going to say that you're probably going to be spending more than $3,000 a month on ads, unless it's a very small niche. Okay. So again, test, keep what's best. Video ads. Test at least 3 different video ads with 3 different beginnings. Okay. So that's like 9 different variations. Use competitor targeting ads. Use brand headline ads. Okay, so this is an example of a video ad right here and a brand headline ad. So you're going to have these going. You sign up with my agency, we're going to get you going with these day one. And in general, top of search is this top row here. As you can see, these first results are sponsored. So usually the first 3 to 4 listings here will be sponsored. Now, top of search is the most expensive click. Kind of makes sense, right? Because that's where the most eyeballs are. But the theory is this. If you can compete in top of search, you can compete anywhere. That's kind of like front and center. That's the main event. And so if we throw you into top of search and you end up converting at or better than products around you, then Amazon is going to be like, okay, this product is great. It's proven. It's performing in top of search. They're going to spike you up organically to around here, organically in page 1. That's the whole game of Amazon. Try to rank organically in like the top 20. That's the theory about top of search. It's just throwing you in the fire from the get-go. Now, a couple tips. Don't turn on PPC until you have at least 2 reviews. Why? When you're shopping on Amazon, do you buy a product with 0 or 1 reviews? A lot of people do not. So your conversion rate is just going to be shit if you don't have at least a couple reviews. Okay. Riley, how much should I be spending in terms of total aid costs, which is the ratio of advertising spend to your total account sales? So long-term profit optimization, 20% is great, 10% is freaking amazing. And launch and rank phase, you actually want to keep tacos high, because the more you spend, the more sales you're going to get, thus the higher you rank. As a rule of thumb, many savvy Amazon brands aim for break even the first year. The first year is for building reviews and rank. Then in year 2, 3, and on, optimize for profitability by testing pricing, spend, and placements. Okay, so this is a very common strategy and one that we use. For CPG, especially, very competitive. Clicks are very expensive. And so some brands are actually okay with losing money on the first customer. And that's part of the reason that makes clicks and advertising so expensive for CPG, especially these bigger brands with a whole suite of products, big product lineup. They're actually able to use loss leaders on certain products, which means they'll actually spend heavy in advertising for certain products. Often they're lower priced products. They're willing to lose money on that whole product just to introduce the mass market to their brand. Hopefully customers love the brand and they will try their other products and be lifelong customers. Getting into CPG, that's where the big money is at. That's where the $10 million valuation and exit is at. It's about building lifelong raving fans. That's really where it's about. So a lot of CPG companies view the Amazon channel as just a way to reach the mass market, as an entry point to their brand. But of course, your website is going to have a lot better profit margin. So the goal is to reach the mass market on Amazon, get them to become lifelong fans, and then for the rest of their life, potentially order from your website. Potentially. Some brands are all in on Amazon. Some will direct you to their website. It depends. Depends on your goals. but that is a school of thought. So to wrap up expectations with Amazon ads, expect cost per clicks to be expensive. Have a long-term mindset. Year one, aim for a break-even point. If you can hit break-even in year one, you're actually in a great place. You just built a bunch of Amazon real estate and it paid for itself. That's amazing. That's a great place for a CPG. Okay. For most startups, that's not common to be at break even. It's not common to be in the green or at break even year one for a CPG startup, right? So you need to build up the first year. Just like any company, it's an uphill battle. You need to build. So think of Amazon as literally a physical storefront. You got to start by building the store. All right. If you're going to build a retail store out there downtown, that's going to cost $1 million+ just for the real estate. All right. That's the cool thing about Amazon is you can reach the mass market with relatively low investment. Now, it's still going to be a significant investment because there's limited space on page one and companies are prepared to pay a lot to get that click. Okay. So think long term. Try to shoot for break even. Basically, you're putting everything back into the business to try to build up your reviews as fast as possible and to try to build up your rank as fast as possible. Okay. But like any startup, expect it to be a significant investment. And I tell brands this all the time, don't expect to be profitable in the first year. Don't expect it with CPG because of the reasons that I just said. Those are the realities of Amazon advertising in the CPG space for most niches. And every niche has lots of competition unless you're in a very small niche within a niche. Okay. But very expensive. Be prepared to come out guns blazing in terms of Amazon ads. All right. So I think you got the point there. Of course, Amazon ads, whole other thing. I have an Amazon ads crash course if you want to know more about ads, how to set them up and all that. All right. Pillar number 5, organic ranking / SEO. So Amazon is just a search engine and the whole point of Amazon is to rank high. Rank as high as possible. Fun fact, did you know that Amazon is the biggest search engine in the world aside from Google and YouTube? And about 70% of the clicks happen in the top 20. So the big money is made there. So the first thing I look when I'm auditing a product is the organic ranking position. If it's not in the top 20, I know exactly why it's not selling well. Because you're not getting any good organic traffic. So trying to rank high organically is the entire game of Amazon. It's the game that we play as an Amazon PPC and SEO agency. So this pillar is all about basically paying attention to your organic rank and making sure you're doing everything properly to maximize it. SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is basically trying to rank your products high in search. Similar with Google, you're trying to rank your website or your blog post or whatever high in search. Similar with YouTube. I'm trying to rank this video high in search for Amazon launch strategy, Amazon CPG launch type keywords. So that's what search engine is. It's just trying to get your products and services found in search. And then there's keyword optimization, which basically is referring to making sure you have the right keywords on your page. So in this YouTube video, I'm obviously going to have the main keywords in the title. CPG launch strategy for Amazon. On your Amazon title, you're obviously going to have the main keywords. Vegan protein powder, cinnamon flavor, whatever. A non-alcoholic mocktail beverage. That's keyword optimization. So let's get into how the Amazon ranking algorithm works. Basically, it's a factor of 180 days sales velocity and conversion rate. Basically, the algorithm is trying to put best result on top for what the customer just searched. So the more sales you have, the higher you're going to rank, the better your conversion rate is, the higher you're going to rank. And of course, those two are intertwined because the higher conversion rate, the more sales you're going to get. So that's why to rank, we need to just focus on getting a lot of sales. Okay. So how do I rank on page one? Have a high conversion rate. How high do I need to be? Normally to be in the top 20, you need like a 20% plus conversion rate. The cool thing is if we've already done the initial first 3 pillars, great. Having $1 million listing, have more than 30 reviews, have a competitive sale price, then we should have a high conversion rate as long as the product is good. And number 2, we want to sell as many units as we can in the first 180 days because the ranking algorithm looks at a 180-day window. The first 4 pillars are basically trying to do this. Okay, so the cool thing is this SEO organic rank pillar is kind of already taken care of, right? If we do the first 4 things. Obviously, just make sure that you do keyword optimization correctly. So that basically means make sure you do keyword research, find the most relevant keywords, optimize the front end, so the title, the bullet points, optimize the back end, make sure the correct target keywords are in there. In my opinion, this is not rocket science stuff, okay? But just make sure it's done. Look at all your products right now, and if you have not filled in all the keywords in all the sections in the back end, make sure you do that because that is important. All right, so that's the organic ranking. All right, let's go on to external traffic. Okay, 6th pillar. So in the first 3 pillars, we talked about conversion. The latter 3 pillars, we're talking about traffic. So we're going to get traffic through Amazon ads, through organic rank views, and then also you can do external traffic. So how do we drive external traffic? So there are many ways to do it. I think the most cost-effective bang for your buck way to do it is using a giveaway site / a rebate site. There's also influencers, affiliate sites, Google ads, Facebook ads. I'll quickly go over rebate, what this is. So there's many of these different sites, these rebate sites, and basically savvy shoppers know about these sites and they'll go to them. Savvy Amazon sellers know about these sites. They list their newly launched products on there for the purpose of boosting their daily sales and their conversion rate and their rank. So as you can see, bunch of CPG on here. They will click on here, they will click redeem offer, and then this will direct them to Amazon where they will buy on Amazon for full price. And then this website rebate will send them a 90% off rebate 30 days later. Okay, so this causes a spike in traffic and sales on your Amazon listing, thus boosting your conversion rate. These type of sites have been around for a long time. So in my opinion, these sites are the simplest and easiest way to drive external traffic. You just list it on rebate and you get traffic. Okay, that's basically it. Easy to sign up. You just go there, determine the number of giveaways and the rebate amount. Most sellers, as you saw, do 80, 90% or 100% off rebate. Most times I just say just do 100%. Just do 100%. How do you determine the number of giveaways? To keep it short, start with about 5 a day for a couple weeks and then adjust. If you still need more ranking boost power, up it to 10 days for 15 days. If you still need more power, up it to 15 days. Let that marinate. You're driving that traffic. You're letting that algorithm juice flow. All right. You're getting a lot of sales every day. After you think you have a satisfactory ranking position, then slowly wean off the giveaways. Drop it down to 10 a day for 2 weeks. See where you're at. Make sure your ranking hasn't completely fallen off, and then drop it down to 5 a day for another 2 weeks. And then when you think it's ready, you can cut the giveaways off, then cut off the sauce. What you don't want to do is just cut it off all of a sudden, okay? The ranking algorithm, it likes a steady stream of sales. So what you're doing is basically you're injecting sales into your Amazon listing. You're going to go up in the rankings. Thus, you're getting more real organic views every day, more organic sales. That's going to bake in the algorithm more, and then hopefully you solidify there somewhere in page 1, and then you can dial down the giveaways, and hopefully you have a nice, solid real estate there on page 1. Okay, so this works for 2 reasons. It increases your conversion rate. It increases your daily sales velocity. As we already covered, that's how the ranking algorithm works. Is it within TOS? It's a gray area. Many sellers use it every day. Does Jeff Bezos love it? No. Does Amazon love it? No. Do people use it every day? Yes. So make sure to read the updated TOS for yourself and proceed at your own risk. All I know is I've used it many times. I know many sellers that have used it many times. That said, it has been seen that some sellers get search suppressed for using ranking manipulation techniques such as giveaways. This is a known thing. When you're search suppressed, it's not a suspension, but it prevents you from ranking in search for a period of time. So you can look at this. The way I see this is it's a slap on the wrist. You'll get an email that says ranking manipulation, blah, 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 has been detected. Your product is search suppressed. This is a known thing that happens. Doesn't happen most of the time in my anecdotal experience, but proceed at your own risk. It is a gray area. That's my spiel on that. If you have a social following and email list, it's a no-brainer to let them know about your product launch. Let your email list know, hey guys, just launched on Amazon. We have a coupon code offer for you, an exclusive 40% off today only. Reply to this email to get your coupon code. Everyone that replies, have your customer service person give them their coupon code for 40% off, and then follow up with them one-on-one in 2 weeks to ask for feedback. That's a whole nother spiel, but that's the way I would do it. If you have a big email list, segment it. Let's say you have a big email list of like 10,000. Segment it by last name letter. So over 27 days. So on day one, everyone with the last name A gets the email promotion about the Amazon launch. On day two, everyone with the last name B gets it. So this is a best practice because it gives your Amazon listing a steady strip of outside traffic and sales rather than one big tsunami on one day. Social following or email list, yes, let them know. If you have a big social following, you can do something very similar. Post it on the story once a day for 7 days and then have them comment on a post, send them the coupon code to a chunk of people every day so you get that steady drip of sales. All right, so that was my spiel on driving external traffic. Let's round it out with just a few tips and tricks for CPG. So package sizes. Package sizes is a big part of it. I just had a call yesterday with a popcorn brand, and we're talking all about just how to have the right size offering that would do better for Amazon, right? So size and offering strategy, like should I have a smaller product that's cheaper? Should I have a bulk option? Should I have a mix and match patch? Yes, all of this strategy is stuff that needs to be thought through. There's a lot of strategy. So one strategy is have a small sample size, kind of like a sampler pack, right? That can be a lower price so people can try all the different flavors. You can also send this to reviewers or giveaway campaigns, right? So that's good. So people doing UGC, they'll take a picture. It's got all your flavors in there. For example, Misfits, they have a flavor sample pack. So this is variety pack. So this is the variety pack of all the flavors. A small sample size means having a smaller variation, let's say 2-pack instead of a 12-pack, for example. So 2 separate, actually different strategies there. For example, here's a main lineup. You can have the main size, a small sample size, bestsellers variety pack, family pack / big bulk value pack, and then also consider a 2-pack or 3-pack bundles of the best sellers. As always in marketing, test, keep what's best. So you may need to test some different package size offerings to see what works best on Amazon. All right, next tip on inventory. So inventory is a big part of Amazon that I didn't cover in the guide, but here are some tips. Basically, try never to run out of stock. Amazon, more than ever, will not let you rank high on page 1 if it knows that you don't have enough stock to meet the demand of high on page 1. So basically, send in as much inventory as you can to FBA preemptively. And this is kind of just part of the Amazon game now. Amazon's like, you want to be on Amazon, you got to have lots of inventory, right? Because they want shoppers to be able to subscribe and save. If you don't have enough inventory, if you keep going out of stock, you'll lose your subscribe and save, okay? So inventory management, big part of it. It's a big part of what we help brands with as an agency. FBA inventory, just send in as much as possible. Packaging tips. Packaging is a whole other lesson, but here's a quick tip for your main image and for if you haven't created your packaging as well. Make the most important information really big. So for example, right here, this is a client of ours. We actually just photoshopped this on 1.5 pounds and 20 servings. We photoshopped that on after the pack, after the fact, and it actually increased sales because just by looking at the main image, it's kind of hard to tell exactly how big it is. Like it's a big bag. And so there's the actual physical packaging itself, and then there's the packaging image on the main image. You can Photoshop the packaging image on the main image, try some different things. For example, like what I just said, make the size and count really easy. So main image testing is actually a whole other lesson. You can see my video and my guide on main image testing, but those are just a few tips right there. Insert card, quick tips on insert card. Riley, should I use an insert card? If you want to use it, use it. The main reason you're going to be using an insert card or product insert is to build your email list so you can market to people and get them to either buy again on Amazon or buy on your website. Here's the general flow. You'll have an insert card. They'll go to a landing page where they put in their email. They'll get some sort of free gift or something, and then they'll get email drip promotions. For example, your monthly email promotions. If you can build your email list to 10,000, you can create a lookalike audience in Amazon DSP ads, which we've seen being incredibly effective. That can be extremely powerful. Amazon DSP ads is for another video. You can find my video on that. Okay? What should I send to my email list? Monthly email promotion. For example, every month has a holiday, make a promotion out of that. Here's a cool tool that automates this. I have a whole separate video on this, but it's called getreviews.ai. It's basically a survey builder where when they scan your QR code, it will take them to a quick little survey and it will ask them to optionally paste their feedback directly on Amazon. So that's kind of the secret sauce with this tool. It increases your review conversion rate, but it also allows them to choose an option of different gifts. So the highest converting call to action is scan here for your free product, right? People love free stuff. If it says scan here for your free thing, people are more likely to scan it. If it says scan here to leave a review, no one's going to scan that. Okay. So right here, I have my Canva project with insert card templates if you would like to use some of these templates. Also, make sure you use a dynamic QR code so you can change the destination address later. All right, those are some quick tips on insert card. Potential sales. Riley, how much revenue can I make on Amazon? In this example with Protein Bar, pretty big niche. IQ Bar does $1 million a month in sales. Quest Bar does $3,000 a month in sales. And 4 different products do $1 million plus. Many do 6 figures plus. So that's kind of the whole awesome thing about CPG is you can build up your customer base and you can build up your revenue to potentially big numbers. So that's kind of the story of Amazon. It's expensive to build up there to page 1, but if you can get into the top 20, the revenue numbers are potentially really high. DSP ads, I kind of just mentioned this, but you can see my other video on DSP. Here's a list of some of these CPG clients that we have worked with. If you want to check them out and interested in working with me to launch your and grow your CPG brand, feel free to get in touch. If you got value from this webinar/training, leave a like. If you have a question, put it in the comments, and you can access this whole guide, this whole presentation in the description for your reference. And inside of it is links to further resources to learn more. All right. Hope that was helpful. See you on the next video.